All right. Your boy is back in the studio, feeling good, making it back from Europe. We're going to talk about that for a split second, but we got a very important topic we want to speak on tonight here on Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. We got 23 people in the building. Make sure we got 23 people that like us. We like you. Make sure that you like us too. Let me make sure that the audio is good. We don't need me rambling for 20 minutes. Okay, there we go. Got that sounding great. Now, tonight's topic. Good friend of mine that's been living here for quite a while in Cali, Colombia, got. He's going to explain to us. He's going to be coming on the show. He's going to be explaining to us what took place and what steps that you can take to make sure that you watch your back and enjoy your journey here to Colombia. Now, mind you, we all know that a purse can get robbed no matter where you go in the world, and none of us are immune to it. I grew up in Detroit, and I've been robbed at least 5 or 6 times, but let's not talk about the amount of robberies that I caused. So it happens. My point is that you want it to happen the least in your life and not the most in your life. So we're going to talk about that, as well as watch a video today. We got a short 1-minute video that was sent to me by Taylor Made Dreams about another robbery that took place in Medellin, Colombia. Yeah, so it's out there. You guys already know it's the most wonderful time of the year. That time when people are trying to hustle up on whatever amount of money they can. The prices of pay for play is going to go up on all you guys that are coming over here trying to be players. You're going to be paying for all your mongering, extra taxes for the holidays. All you guys that are Western Union poppies, you're going to be sending extra money through Western Union, poppy. So be expecting that. It's the holidays. And when it comes to the holidays, there are more people out there that's trying to get you. So you're going to have to be a little bit more careful than you normally do at any other time. But before we get started, let's get ready to get some shout outs to all 30 of you guys that are here tonight for this topic. Like I said, we got my man who was the victim of the robbery. He's going to be giving us an exclusive video or an exclusive interview in regards to what took place and how you can protect yourself from that situation or scenario. So I'm gonna have my phone right here to be able to keep up just in case he reaches out to me. Shout out to all you guys, as well as all you guys already know, all cash apps starting from September all the way until January 1st will go to the Children's Cancer Foundation here in Cali, Colombia. We do this every year. Last year was $1,700. Right now we're crossing like $1,350 right now. So any cash apps that you guys donate, I don't care if it's $5, $2, $9.99, all that will go towards the Children's Cancer Foundation here in Cali, Colombia. Shout out to you brothers in here. I'm gonna start at the bottom. I just saw my boy pop up. DC Rob, what's good with you, brother? I'm glad that you got a chance to make it in. So we're going to be talking about that. And I might even drop the link for you and Razor Ray to come up to give a few tips after, as well as listen to my man tell his story on what just recently happened to him. And he's been a good friend of mine for at least 3 years since he first got here to Cali, Colombia. No issues. Everything has been great. Like I said, it could have been a situation that could have happened to anybody. It wasn't one of those wrong place, wrong time. It just happened. And so he's going to explain the details of what took place, because he hit me up before we even got off the plane. We had just landed in Bogota from Madrid, Spain, and I got an email. Got a message from him, and okay, cool, yeah, he just reaching out to me, and so he sent me a message letting me know, hey, Andre, this is going on. And so he said, I want to talk on your show about it. So we're going to definitely do that. First person we're going to hit up is my man Victory with the $9.99. Good evening, everyone. Can't stay long. Have a flight mañana. A flight tomorrow. I ain't mad at you, brother. Have a safe flight tomorrow. Great to be back in the same time zone as you all as well. I was always 5 hours ahead. That's why I didn't do the live streams, because I would have been doing live streams at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning with you guys. Abraham, my man in the building. Shout out to you, Abraham, for not only the cash apps, but also the super chats that you always bless us with. Thank you very much, brother. And he says, give me the 411 because I'm going there in February for a month. Man, you guys are going to love it here. And my man Top Gun, this is his stomping ground. He's always here. Salute, big brother. He said, say it ain't so, but it is true. Tis true. Brother got. And he's going to tell his story. He's going to come in about 15 minutes and explain what took place, the details. We're going to talk about the fact that he's been here, living here, got his visa, ex-military brother. And he told me, he said a little bit of his military training caused him to handle the situation wisely compared to what happened to the other brother who tried to fight in Cartagena, the one brother that passed on sadly in Cartagena a few weeks ago. But this brother said his military training kicked in and it caused him to realize, let me just keep the situation calm. He was there with his girlfriend. So even if he was trying to protect himself, he still has somebody else that he was responsible for as well. They've been together in a relationship for quite a while. So when it comes to situations like this, it's not just about you that you have to remain calm with, but in cases like my brother, who I'm just talking about, that's going to be coming on the show, or even in my case, I would have to be a lot calmer because if Andre was with me, I'd have to make sure that the situation doesn't get out of hand. But let's get started with the shout outs. First of all, let's get started with my man Stefano in the building representing. Glad that you're here. Hola, mi gentes. Great, good. Get ready for the return of Dre to the studio tonight. I know, man. Hey, Stefano, I appreciate you and all the other brothers that were texting me and as well as hit me up in the chat. Let me know, Andre, the mic has been off for 20 minutes and you steady running off at the mouth. Thanks for reaching out. Thank you for calling me, man. I appreciate you guys. He said, make sure that you show support by hitting that like button and keep it clean in the chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my man Kenny. Kenny's going to be coming on this evening. That's the brother that I was just talking about. So Kenny will be coming on in about a good 15 minutes after we get done with the shout outs. And he's going to be not only, like I said, there's a video that we're going to be watching of an incident that happened in Medellin. Some of you may know about it. Some of you may not know about it. We're going to watch this little short clip. But Kenny's going to be coming up telling his story. He's been living here happily in Cali, Colombia with no issues. And so for something like this to happen to him is really outside the box. Shout out to him. Welcome back home. Yes, Andre and Andrea. It was, you talk about somebody, like I said, your girl Andrea, she ain't leaving this hot weather no time too soon. She loved the Christmas lights and the beauty of London and Brussels. Portugal and Barcelona, Paris in the fall, watching the maple leaves fall. Until she felt that cold weather, you'd have thought we went to Chicago, Kansas City. Yeah, she was feeling that weather, definitely. So guys, we're back. I told myself from now on I will not take a generic microphone with me. I'll take real microphones like I normally do. Shout out once again to my man Mike OG back in the building. Welcome back. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. As well as my man Tevin is in the building. Happy Wednesday to everyone in the chat. Once again, shout out to my man Victory for the $9.99, as well as my man David being here. Shout out to you too, David. Salute, kind sir. Salute to everyone. All right. Let me scroll down once again to my man DC Rob being in the building. Shout out to him. And I appreciate Rob doesn't just have a channel, man. Rob has a mission and a ministry. A mission and a ministry. So does Razor Ray. These guys really do a service not only for us, but these guys also do service for the families of those that are service for the families of those that that passed on. They try to gather as much information as possible if they can for the families of the ones that have passed on, that have been deleted. And that's admirable. That goes to show how us brothers with passports kind of rally around each other when it's that time. So shout out to my man once again. And let's keep scrolling down. Once again, we got 45 people in the building. Make sure all 45 people click that like button, like my man from Canada, Black Nubian, with the Canadian $2 super chat. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for being here this evening. I appreciate you more than you realize, as well as my man Dave once again. He say, Andre, come to KC. Yeah, you bring Andre to KC in the winter, even in the fall right now. Man, hey, your girl was hot. I'm talking about hotter than fish grease. When we okay, check it. We first get to Madrid, and I let Andre know. I said, okay, babe, it's not too cold here. I say, but when you get to the cold, it's gonna make you mad. And she said, why would cold weather make me angry? I said, all right, but if it happened, don't say I ain't warn you. Bruh, hey Dave, by the time we got to London, your girl was hotter than fish grease. That cold weather had her so mad. She rocking. She don't know where she can't escape it. She can't walk to the front of the street. She can't, especially if we're waiting for an Uber. For you guys that been to UK, they use Bolt. And so you go through your Bolt app and you order, you waiting for your ride to come. And Andrea, I mean, man, I'm laughing. I'm from Detroit. Shout out to you, KC and Chicago boys. You Ohio players, you already understand this weather. All you Indiana boys, Illinois boys, you boys from Wyoming, us Midwesterners, we understand this weather already. This is what we do. But boy, to see a Colombian in the cold, dreary weather of London, man, your girl was mad and I'm laughing. Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny. But yeah. Shout out to Keith for being in the building. Shout out to you, brother. I'm glad that you made it here tonight, as well as my man Twan, Mr. Hooks, in the building. Shout out to you as well. My man Dividend Passport, bro. Shout out to you, brother. He said, Andre, hope you and the family had a great things. We actually did. Because, we were overseas, so we got a chance to just enjoy it over there, have some good food and some good European wine and things like that. So, she picked up some purses. I picked up some colognes. So that's what was up. So we had a good time. He said, good thing that you didn't take her to I know. Hey, I just finished, like before we left, I just saw an Instagram video of the wind blowing in Holland in the wintertime. One woman was trying to make it to grab a pole and all her groceries just went flying. And Holland is not to play with this time of year. It is no joke. That wind chill factor, I think the wind is worse than the cold. It's not even about being as cold, even though it does look cold. But that wind, man, goodness gracious. It looked animated or fake how bad it was. Yeah, she was used to that hawk. Hey, Dave. Nah, bro. I've been telling Andrea about the hawk for years, and she ain't know nothing about it. And boy, when that London wind introduced her to the hawk, and that cold air went through her coat and went through her sweaters and went through her skin, her bones into the marrow. Oh my God, your girl was freezing and she was mad. He said, I visited London over Thanksgiving back in 2020, had a great time. Now, we did have a good time. I can't say that. We really did have a really, really good time in London. No complaints at all. Really nice atmosphere, and to actually see, go to Buckingham Palace, go to, what was the church? Westminster Abbey. We went to, of course, Big Ben and in the Tower Bridge, London Bridge. So we did a whole, so that's the other part. Everything was kind of like a walking tour. So now she mad because she wants to experience the outside, but she don't want to experience the outside. So we drinking a lot of hot chocolate and coffee on that trip. Visit Madrid and Barcelona in May. Oh, visit Madrid and Barcelona in May of 2020. 2012, I think. Beautiful. Yeah, it is. It really is. I can say my favorite was Barcelona. I really like Barcelona. And we didn't get a chance, of course. It was cold, so no use of going to the beaches. But to know the fact that Barcelona has some nice beaches, that's cool too. So, but yeah, your girl ain't going nowhere. So she like, we're gonna have to find a warmer country to move to. She's like, Europe is not doing it for me. These 4 seasons. Oh, that was funny. All right, shout out to you guys. All right, okay, we're looking good. We're right on time. Okay, what we're going to do now, guys, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at a video. Before Kenny comes on, we're going to look at this video a few times. This video is a robbery. I forget that. I don't know if it recently happened or if it happened a few days ago in Medellin. 2 women, 1 guy. Thank you very much, Stefano. Make sure you guys subscribe to our Rumble channel as well. We're going to be doing some more work over there. And Kenny says, he said the European weather in the winter is no joke. He said, I remember, yeah, you were right, Kenny. You lived there 17 years, a lot of beautiful countries. He said, I'm glad you had a great time. We really did. We really did, Ken. We're about to watch a video real quick, guys. And I want to hear what you guys have to say, because we're going to walk through this. It's only a 1-minute video, but it is a robbery that takes place in Medellin. So let's get started with it. And we're going to do a little analysis on what took place. Late at what should you not be doing? Okay, this is basically what we're going to be talking about. What you should not be doing during this time period. We're going to look at it one time, but then we're going to go back and watch it again. Okay, we looked through it the first time. Now we're going to go through it the second time. As you can tell, the situation, 2 women, 1 man, no struggle. Why is that? Yeah, Ellery, you saw that too? Yeah. I mean, Elroy. I said it right, Ellery, yeah. Did she hit him with a needle or a stun gun? I think it was like a shank. I think she shanked him. Shout to you, Bobby. All right, let's look at it one more time and let's take our time with it. Okay, we got the ladies walking late at night. First thing, fellas, if you see some ladies out there walking late at night and you in another country, ain't none of this your business. I'm gonna say this again. I'll give you a perfect example. Andre and I, when we were in London, no, we were in Paris. We're right by the Eiffel Tower. An older lady passes out. She just faints. Everybody gathering around trying to help her. She wakes up. and everybody's trying to help her up, but they just can't. The guys can't lift her. I'm like, come on, man, y'all that weak. So I go over and I lift her up, gently, got her back on her feet, make sure that she was all right. And her granddaughter and her daughter was there. They were very, very appreciative. Notice my scenario. Daytime. Tourist area, other people around, then I help. It is not our place to be in other countries being superheroes. If we see somebody pass, oh wow, you better keep on stepping. Just like you would see two women in the States, a guy and his woman in the States get into it. So it is with this scenario. Shout out to my man Kenny. So it is with this scenario. But we're going to come back to this video. But before we come back to this video, we're going to hear what Kenny has to say. How you doing tonight, Kenny?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm glad that you and Andrea, you enjoyed yourself in Europe. Used to be my old stomping grounds when I was in the military.
Yeah, no, man. You always got stories to share with me.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back. Well, but I'm doing all right. Considering what happened, I was worried more about the girl and then the barber that was in there where we got robbed. I know they both got PTSD. I've had this for about 32 years since I came back from war, and then my childhood growing up in the streets. We all have PTSD,
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lay some foundations that we're gonna move forward to the incident that took place. First thing we want to talk about, Kenny, is how long have you been in Cali, Colombia, living?
I've been in Cali, Colombia a year and 8 months, and I've been in Colombia for a year and 10 months, going on 11 months now.
Man, I thought it was about 3 years, man. It seemed like
it hasn't been that long. I said I'll correct you when I get on. Yeah. Time goes by fast, but like I said, I love, that can happen anywhere. Almost got jacked when I was in Cincinnati.
You moving ahead. Follow my lead, Ken. Follow my lead. I see you going right to the crime. I'm laying a foundation. So you've been here about a year and a half. How long have you and your girl been together?
6 months now. We've been together.
All right, great. Tell us a little bit about her. Is she from here? Because I know you with Venezuelan women.
She's from Cali. And how we met is I wanted to get a manicure and a pedicure. So we got to talking, and then from my past, everybody I met only spoke Spanish. But we were conversating for about 2 hours, and we had a good conversation, and then it just went from there. It was almost like one of them movies that you had. You say, I smoke my cigars, right? And this is the funny thing they're gonna get you. Went to the cigar shop, and he had some pheromones, right? So I took a little bottle of that, and I put that on me and went back. And I call that my little genie in the bottle, because whatever happened,
it worked.
It worked, and that's the way the story went. So we've been together for 6 months. Have a great time, Like I said,
that's good.
Really finally found happiness, because you know how it was before. Just learning the territory.
One of the things that I can say that you've done, Ken, and that I did, is that you didn't rush when it came to finding the right person that fit you. You took your time, like, okay, this relationship, let me get to know this person. Okay, this is not working. Let me get to know. You never got frustrated. You always looked at it like, okay, it is what it is. Let me go on and see who really fits me. I noticed that about you. You always have never really just poured everything into just one person, but took your time. You've been taking your time to get to know people, and then you build a relationship with them. Am I correct?
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yes, because like I said, as you come to a new country, you got to learn the culture, you got to learn the language, you got to learn your surroundings. And I think the difficult thing is sometimes we can get a big head coming from the United States, and you got to bring yourself down to the level. But, coming here to Cali, Colombia, anyone that comes from the United States, they're looking at us already like we got a lot of money, like we celebrities already. Talk to different people, and you meet somebody, you want to make sure it's real and it's not just money involved, because there's a lot out there. I'll put it to them out there. But like I said, I got a great woman. Matter of fact, I got a war buddy now. I call him my little war buddy because we went into combat together. But we'll get to that story.
All right, cool. Okay, now Ken, you're in your early 60s, ex-military.
I'm not in my early 60s. Let me break you there. I'm same age as you, 56.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm 56.
You're older than me, Ken. Man, we got some talking. Man, Ken, I thought you were like 62, man. Now I'm not talking about as far as looks. I mean, I thought you told me you were 62.
No, I'm 56. Matter of fact, your birthday is a few days before mine. 17th of October.
Oh man. Okay. This is sad, people. It's real sad for guys that are around each other so often. Okay. So now, Ken has been here year plus. Do you have your visa?
Oh yeah, I got my visa 5 months after I got here. I got a 3-year retirement visa. Like I said, I got it in 30 days. So after that, I got my cedula at the same time. And then, I worked on getting my bank account set up. Mm-hmm. Now I have, even with my VA money starting the 1st of December, I'll have that coming to my bank account here. And reason being for that is any business that you want to do here, they want to see a link that you have money coming through Colombia and not just from stateside or for Europe or wherever you live.
That's true. Because, and I'll tell you how I know that's true, guys, because I just went to the bank a couple of days ago. You guys already know I have a credit card. So I was like, okay, how do I get another credit card so I can start giving travel points and all that stuff while here in Colombia, not just in America. And so what they were telling me, just like you said, Kenny, you have to have some type of paper trail, which is a bank account, and have had to pay some form of taxes while you're here in Colombia that proves that, okay, you have employment, whether it be here in the state or the States, you are you're reputable with your economics. So now we can extend your credit or help you or allow you to get bank account in any bank that you want, things like that. So Kenny is absolutely correct. Why am I starting with this foundation with Kenny? I'm starting this foundation with Kenny to let you guys know this is not just some dude that just came down for a couple weeks or for a couple months. This is not just some guy that just say, you know what, I'm here next week, but next year I'm in Brazil. We talk about somebody that actually lives here, has had no incidences like me, and yet and still was you were in a beauty salon, correct, or a barbershop?
Yes, that's a salon that we have together. We have a beauty salon, a hair and nail salon, and it's in the same building as a barbershop for right now. That's how we wanted to start out. We didn't want to start out just with ourselves first, just to
so
get
this is your business.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you gave me even more information. So this is your business. So just think about it. In a year and a half, this brother's been able to come down from the States. He's actually been able to, actually we did a consultation too, come down from the States, actually, build friendships and communication. Kenny is the brother who y'all always hear me talk about that's on the south side of Cali, and I've been trying to get him to come on this side. This is the brother. This is the one who y'all always hear me talk about, or always got to go to his side of the city, even though I do like the south side.
I love the South, Drake.
I know, and there's nothing wrong. You know what I like about the fact that you are on the south side? Because you're building your own community. It's forcing you to become stronger with your Spanish. Not saying that there's not any English speakers over there, and it's causing you to build friendships your way.
Yes.
I usually just come over there, have some beers, hang out with Ken, things like that. But Ken has his own world, his own life on the south side of Cali, Colombia. So I just want to let you guys know that this is not just some fly-by-night brother here. This is a brother that actually has a business here, a relationship here, home here, visa here, bank accounts here. This is who we're talking about. And let's start talking about the incident that took place. What was going on that day where you guys had gone into the shop? What time of the day did it occur? What was going on? Just walk us through it.
So this is the layout of the day. I got up there around noon, and my girl, she came a little after that. So, I always go in there, clean up. I do like all the sanitizing of the equipment and all of that. So it was a slow day. At the same time, there's a farmer's market that's going on outside. So, business is kind of slow. So she was actually doing schoolwork because she's been going to school as she's been doing the business as well. And this is around 3:00 in the afternoon. And, I was already a little upset. I was born in Cincinnati, so I'm an Ohio State fan. You're from Michigan, and Michigan got us again. But, I was a little disappointed. But just around 3:00, and these guys came in, and a guy had a 9mm in his hand. And he was saying, okay, give me your watch, your wallet, and your phone. I was playing a little game on my phone, sitting down. And it kind of stunned me, because like I said, I'm military, and I was in war 32 years ago in Desert Storm on tanks. So I just got in the military mindset. I knew I had to be calm, de-escalate whatever is happening that way, because I wanted to live to see another day, and I wanted to protect my girl along with the other barber in the shop. And, we said, okay, I said in my mind, just like you all said, if somebody's trying to jack you or rob you, let them take whatever. As long as they don't take your life or whatnot, then everything will be all right. Everything can be replaced. So it happened in about a time span of maybe 3 to 4 minutes. The guys kind of looked scared. So it may have been one of their first or second robberies. But, like I said, I kept calm. And even after that, for the first couple nights afterwards, I was just thinking about it. I got an appointment with my psychiatrist on Friday. Just to kind of discuss that because I have war-related PTSD. But, like I said, my girl is good. And then, the other barber, he's going to deal with some stress for a while. But it happened so fast, and those guys were gone. We went outside and then told. But the strange thing about this in Colombia, or I got to mention to everybody and give them some tips on, when an incident does happen to you, you get robbed or whatnot, you have to go online and you have to report that. You can't go to the police station because they're not going to do the report for you. So my girl, knowing.
Say that again. Don't let that slide by. Don't let that one slide by. Then we'll go back to your girl doing the paperwork.
Okay.
Re-emphasize on that, because a lot of guys don't know that. That's the first time that I've heard that you have to do basically the true footwork to report the paperwork. We often think like in the States, if the police show up, they're going to pull out a pad and pull up the information. They go back to the precinct and do the paperwork. That's not necessarily true always throughout Colombia. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what happened was, after the incident, after it occurred, we talked, and I guess the owner of the shop, she came in and she looked and we told her the story. After all that was done, we went to the police station, which was right up the street. And my girl, she talked to the police officer. She talked to guys that were out there in the front, and they said, no, you have to go online. You have to file out a report. Now, this report that she filled out, it took her about 35, 40 minutes of details that she had to fill out. Her information, my information, the things that were stolen in detail. So actually we did the police report, which they actually do in the States. So kind of, when you live overseas and you live in other countries, one thing you have to get that American mentality out, and you have to respect, okay, you're in another country and things are going to be ran different. So, with all that being said, like I said, I'm going to live here the rest of my life, and nothing will change that, because I don't live in fear or nothing like that. But yeah, that was just the situation that we had to come home, fill the report out when we were calmed down. And then, at the same time, when they stole my wallet, it had all my information, my debit card, credit card. So I learned a lesson too, and a tip that I'm gonna give everybody. If you got any cards or money, I didn't have cash in there, but it was my valuable stuff that I left in my wallet for years. I had a German driver's license that was for a lifetime. I lost that. I had my military ID, since I'm 100% disabled from the VA. I had that. So when I go back to Vegas, I'm gonna give me another ID. I had my cellular. That's the most important thing, because the credit cards and all of that, I have to, on Friday, it'll be a few days before I get the cellular. I had to fill it out online, pay the fee, and they'll tell me when to come back up there.
That's right.
And that was a little process, but when you lose everything, and I mean, I lost everything. I didn't have no phone, coming home to no phone. Okay, so that was the only phone. So I'll get me a second phone as a backup. But when I lost everything, and because I wanted to call mom, because I talk to mom and I tell her everything.
That's right. How's she doing?
She's doing great. She's doing great in Vegas.
Good.
Have a good time. We talk about football all the time. And your Raiders and then my Bengals.
That's right.
But yeah, like I said, when I got back home, we did everything and did it calm. But things are coming along. Like I said, I didn't have any communication, but I went to the cell phone store, got my SIM cards. I canceled the line that I had, canceled my girl's line. And she gave me new SIM cards, and then I'll get new phones this Friday. I had another spare phone in the house. So, like I said, my tip is, when you travel or when you live abroad, even in the States, carry as little as possible, because you never know when a situation may occur where somebody is trying to get what you have, because you have in this world what they say, you have the haves and the have-nots. So I kind of think with the whole situation, we were probably set up, because, I speak English with my girl, and we speak sometimes in the shop, and somebody pointed us out and they knew. So it was a lesson learned, a blessing for God, that we're living in that. So I got a little something good and bad out of the situation. So that was the story that occurred last Saturday.
Now, you said it's just when that was this past Saturday, or was the Saturday before?
Past Saturday.
Okay. And just to let you guys know, most of you guys already know, but just you kept hearing Kenny said that they took his cellular. What a cellular is just your Colombian. I was looking for my wallet. Is your Colombian? Okay. Actually, it's in my pocket. No, those are my keys. Oh, this is my wallet holding up my phone. Okay, your cellular is just your Colombian ID. Where we have in the States your Social Security card and your identification and even your driver's license. In Colombia, you have your ID and your Social Security number in one. That's called a cellular. So anytime you hear somebody in Colombia talk about their cellular or their ID, that's their Social Security card and their ID in one. So just in case you ever wonder what, when we go to the banks, that could be problematic. That's why Ken say all that other stuff can be replaced. But to lose your cellular, you got to go online, reapply. Then they tell you what day to come down and pick it up within the next few days. So it's those little things that could be inconvenience, just like if it happened to you in the States. And let's talk about that while I'm on that topic. When you and I were on the phone, you mentioned that this could have easily happened to anybody in the States as well.
Yes. I left the States. I left Cincinnati. That's where I was born. And I remember I was going to the University of Cincinnati in grad school. This was back in 2021. And I'm on my car leaving campus. And at the stoplight, turning the corner, a guy, he was on a red light, the light turned green and he didn't move. So I blew my horn. So we turned. So I got in the left lane. He was in the middle lane and he slowed down. He rolled down this window and he had his hand by his side, and he said, "Why you hooping me?" And I said, "Oh man, it's all good, you know. I'm a military mind. I had to de-escalate something because I
Right.
know he was ready to take his weapon and then shoot me that way. So, like I said, that can happen anywhere, anytime. Because I still get reports from the University of Cincinnati robberies and everything that's going on, shootings and all of that. So when people think of Colombia, it has its rough edges, but so everywhere in the world, but it's no rougher than what's going on in the States. So,
No,
like I said,
no, no. And
I,
you're absolutely correct in regards to that, Ken. That it could happen anywhere. I mean, like I said, I've been robbed at least 5 times in Detroit, and growing up, and I wasn't just necessarily in the wrong area at the wrong time. It just was part of the makeup of the city that I was in. But you've got people.
yes.
Think about how many times we've watched the investigation channels, and it could be in some of the most affluent neighborhoods, and the next thing you know, the wife has deleted the husband for the insurance money. So it can happen anywhere in the world. It doesn't necessarily mean, like I told the story in the past, Kenny. I was living in the suburbs of Tampa, in Brandon area, really nice area, and gated community. Next thing you know, I get a knock on the door about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's the police out there, 3 or 4 police cars in front of my house. And I wonder what's going on. They say, sir, is this your Ford F-150 out here? I just had the truck like 3 months. And I was like, yeah. Said, well, we just caught somebody trying to break into your vehicle. So this person had to hop the secured fences, and had been breaking in houses and cars throughout the community for the past month or two, and they finally caught him as he was trying to break into mine. What's my point? Even if you live in the suburbs in some of the nicest areas, things could occur. It's all part of life. Now we try our best to keep them from happening. Correct, Ken?
Yeah, of course. And that's something I also want to talk about. We get the idea, and I got the idea. I got relaxed, I got comfortable, and I got my girl told me, as we met, I thought, okay, I've been here for a year, it's going on almost 2 years now. But I said, hey, I'm probably blending in. She said, no, you don't blend in. You look American, and they know that. I don't care how you dress, it's the way we carry ourselves out, how we walk. People got us spotted when, it's like being a celebrity, or, they got us spotted wherever we go. So if you think you're going to come to a country and you're going to blend in, I don't care if you're here 5 years, they still don't know you're foreign, the way you carry yourself out, So my advice to anybody is always be alert, but you don't want to live this life of being in fear, but always be aware of your surroundings. Think when you go outside the house, okay, what do I need? What don't I need? And have a good time, but always be cautious of when to do. When you're in the city, don't bring your cell phone out. Don't break it out, because they already looking at that. And especially when you come from the States, you got that new iPhone 15 Pro,
15.
or you got that Galaxy, whatever. That's ching ching. In some places they get a lot of money for that. So my advice, you have like 2 phones, get you a small phone. I had a cheap watch that they stole. I had a cheaper phone that they took. I was going to get a new phone anyway. So, my valuable things was the identification that I had in the wallet, because they didn't hurt my feelings. They didn't break me. It just made me stronger and made me and my girl stronger together. And like I said, that's my war buddy now. Live and die. Ride and die.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's it. And I like what you said about take with you what you need to take out the house. And I do that. That's why I'm going back to that. I'll have my wallet with me, and I'm like, okay, if I'm going to the sports bar on Monday night where all the other brothers go to on Monday night, we hang out there. Do I need all my credit cards? No. Take the one you need. Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Do you have enough cash on you, Andre, and you don't even need any credit cards? Keep all your credit cards here, Andre. Do you need all the, all the paperwork little things that you may have in your wallet? Do you just need your ID on you, Andre? Just keep your ID on you. I have a habit of just only taking with me, if especially I'm just hanging out for the evening, what I need. And I usually only take enough money. If I've got 400,000 pesos, which is $100, right? If I know that we're going out hanging out with you fellas, and I only need 200,000 pesos, I'm not carrying 400,000 pesos. I'm bringing two. Now, am I living a life of fear? No. Like me and Ken was saying, our experiences here in Cali, Colombia, and in Colombia in general have been wonderful. And these incidences could have happened in the States or as easily as they could have happened in other parts of the world. But we do use a little bit more wisdom when it comes to, or caution when it comes to how we walk around with our money. The other thing is, let's be real, we some older dudes. We ain't walking around with big old, we ain't what's the boxer name, Mayweather, walking around with money all the time. That's a young boy's game.
Yes,
that's a young boy's game. You don't see no older dudes with a big wad of money in their pocket. That's not what we do in the States. And so we dang sure ain't gonna do it here. We're for mature audiences only. So at the end of the day, that's how it is. Somebody got a question real quick. Okay, he said, Andre, if the violence becomes worse, would you consider moving to DR? No, not at all. Or Brazil? Not at all. I'm from the east side of Detroit. I'm from Chicago. Shout out to them Indianapolis boys. The dangers of Atlanta, San Francisco. If I'm out there in San Francisco and Oakland, if I'm up there in Cleveland, shout out to EC, East Cleveland, all you EC boys. If I'm in East Cleveland, please, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm saying that individuals such as myself and Kenny, we've had enough experience to know that to not put ourselves in danger. And if it is a situation where robbery takes place, try our best to de-escalate it. The biggest mistake that the one brother made in Cartagena, which is sad, a couple weeks ago, he tried to fight the guys. His regular human instinct of you're trying to take something from me, that kicked in more than being analytical and saying, hey, y'all can have this. Y'all can have all this. That's why I would have handled it like Ken handled it. And like I said, if Andre was with me just like Ken's girl was with him, I would have handled it just like he did, because it wasn't just my situation I had to be aware of. Exactly. I would have had to worry about Andrea. Same thing with Kenny with his girl. He had to make sure that he was protective with his behavior, not only for himself, but also for his girl as well as the other barber, correct?
Yeah, correct. And like you said, when you put others in danger, you put them in harm's way from your actions, and like I said, I had a lot of military training for years during the Cold War, and then, going into Desert Storm, so we were taught, and then from how I was raised from a pops, you always look at something, you assess it, but don't get the hot head, because, you want to live to see another day. And, it's not trying to be a hero or how they say Rambo, you can take all these guys down in one single-handed. You ain't going to do that with a 9mm that's pointing at everybody. Okay. It's like a chess game. Okay. I guess you got you didn't get my queen, but I'm going to let you get some pawns.
Yeah.
So they got some pawns, but they didn't get my queen. So it was good. Absolutely.
And I like the fact that, you were saying this was my business that this happened to in, it wasn't just a random spot, but it was your business. It's sad that it happened, but it goes back to what you were saying also. I'm kind of emphasizing some of the things that you were saying. No matter, I know some of you guys think we're in Colombia or we're in DR or we're in South America, we look the same, we blend in. You guys have never heard me tell that lie. I'm gonna say that again. You have never, ever heard me on this channel or any channel tell that lie that us Black Americans blend in with Colombian Americans or Brazilians or Africans or our brothers in Europe. You know how many stares I got? People staring at me. They could tell from my energy. There were incidences like in Madrid when I was the only brother there, and they knew most brothers couldn't afford to be in that area because most of the brothers there were from Africa.
Yeah.
And so the areas that I was in and I'm spending money in, they like, he can't be, he's not from here. And I get that a lot. I go like with Kenny, he may go to a cigar bar. He might not see that many brothers off in that cigar bar. So they realize he ain't from here because it ain't that many Afro-Colombians that's sitting up in this cigar bar. Am I correct, Ken?
You're right. You're right.
A lot of
they
times
spot
they're
that
the only
right away
ones.
because, yeah, you know, even when I go outside smoking on the street, they know who I am because, I mean, I got cigars, and most Afro-Colombians, you know, either they're smoking weed, you know, because they call it tobacco here, with the cigars. And, you know, a lot of them come up to me, oh, can I get some weed? I said, no, I'm smoking a cigar right here because I use the little ones. And I got to explain to them, you know, that. But, you know, just culture-wise, but I was on my bicycle today. I'm just bringing you a quick story. Riding down the hill, and guy sitting at the bus stop, and he said, America, America. And I said, how do you know I'm from the United States? I ain't got nothing to say. I got the United States. I had no red, white, and blue, but they know.
There's an essence that we give off in other countries. Our energy that we give off that we were raised in, that it only glows and shows or is noticed when we're in other countries. All you guys that have tried to lie to yourself and tell yourself because I'm in DR, I'm one of them, because I give a perfect example. I just finished watching on Instagram Ace Live in Haiti. Ace is Haitian. Ace ain't blend in with them people at all. Even though they're his people, because he's American Haitian, you can see the difference in his energy, his essence of his presence. Even though the people of Haiti were beautiful, friendly, just supportive of all that he was doing, and he was just giving away things to them as well, you can tell, even though his lineage or his ethnicity is Haitian, he's still all American as far as the essence of energy that's released into the universe. So it is with all of us. One of the protective measures that we need to take, guys, is stop lying or having guys tell that lie that passport bros blend in with other cultures because of our color. Negroes, you don't. You are all 100% American in Brazil, Ghana, Guyana, Uruguay, or Paraguay. You are seen as an American because not only if you're around everybody, they could just tell from your essence that there's something different about you. You're not necessarily here, even if you speak Spanish fluently. Am I correct, Kenny?
That's correct. Like you said, they're gonna know that you're American from your accent. Even if you do speak Spanish, they're gonna hear the accent. And if you're not from here, because they have a slang and a way that they say different things, you know. Even you can learn Spanish in school for 6 years, and you come here, there's a different slang, jargon, or whatever you want to use that's said only in Cali. You go to Medellin, they're speaking different. Bogota's gonna be another way. And it's how fast that they speak, because they speak really fast in Cali, they speak slower in Medellin. So they can tell you what part of Colombia you're from if you're Colombian. That's why I say you want to blend in if you speak Spanish. Okay, that's good, that's a plus. But don't get the big head to think you're gonna come and run things, because you ain't.
I like how you said that even after you learn Spanish, learning the slang of the region is
Yes.
like a whole new Spanish lesson for you. Because I
Yes,
was
it is.
watching, you know, every once in a while I watch YouTube channels that of people that live here and were raised in Colombia. In the YouTube videos, they'll just talk about the slang of the area, and it's completely different slang. And then Andrea and I'll be talking, and she'll give me some of the metaphors that they use. Like we have metaphors that we use. Like we say hotter than fish grease. Like, boy, that person was so mad they were hotter than fish grease. They have a different saying for somebody being upset or angry. So it is completely different way of communicating. Even if you are fluent in Spanish, they can still tell you're not from here. Why? Because your Spanish is basically conversational, proper Spanish, and not necessarily the conversational Spanish that everybody has for that particular region. There's nothing bad about these things that we're saying, guys. We're just giving you some heads up on. Realize, don't let your guards down by thinking that you're not different. You are different, and there's nothing wrong with that. You want to bring new culture, new ways, new ideas to other countries. That's one reason why we are Passport Bros, to bring newness to other countries as we're learning new things from other countries. We got 89 people, 91 people here. Make sure you click that like button. Guys, thank you very much for the super chats as well as the cash apps. All cash apps will be going towards the Children's Cancer Foundation tonight. We are going to once again, Kenny, I want to hear what you have to say. We're going to watch once again this video, 1-minute video of a robbery that recently took place in Medellin. 2 women, 1 guy. Let's get ready to watch this video, and I want to hear what Ken has to say about it. We're going to discuss this one. Let's go back to the beginning and let you guys see it. Now, it looked like, what if she stabbed him with, she put it in her back pocket too. We're going to go back to that.
Good.
Took his shoes.
Took everything.
Why?
He on the beach. They're on the beach too.
And then they left him with his wallet.
Okay.
We're gonna go back over that video one more time. Like Ken said, let me put us over on this side of it, Ken.
Okay.
Let me go back right so I get this right. Give me a second, Ken. I'm gonna try to put us. There we go. Put us in position. Okay. As we see, the ladies are walking on the beach or pretending like they're either drunk or something is going on. Me personally, if I see 2 women on the beach together late at night, one is acting like she's either drunk or hurt, she got a girlfriend, they good, I'm gonna leave them alone. How would you have handled this situation, Ken?
I would have left it alone, and I would have got somebody to come, because usually on the beach or something like that, they got a police presence somewhere. But the way the guy approached him, he was already a target. Like he said, he had his backpack on and everything. And like you said, 2 drunk, what are you going to do to help her? You can do a little bit of first aid or whatever, but I think, you have to leave that alone. My mind of looking at that, I would assess, I said, okay, they're drunk, whatnot. Okay, I'm walking the next way. Especially if I'm not from there, and and nothing seriously happened. She just fell down. Okay, she fell down. She'll wake up in the morning.
Right. So I would have left it alone. It's late at night. You're by yourself. You see 2 women. they're dressed in a way to get your attention, not necessarily sexual, but they dressed in a way to at least get your attention. Shout out to my man Chaos Reigns in the building. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Shout out to all you guys that's in here right now. Let's continue on with this part of the video. Now, she waves the guy down. The one with the black hair, she waves the guy down like, help me, help me.
Yes.
Late at night, there's nobody else around that can help you. Well, I guess you ain't gonna get help, not by me. I'm letting you know, if I'm walking down the street in Medellin, late at night, okay, let's put it out there like this. You ain't gonna see Andre walking down the street of Medellin late at night. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, I'm not you dudes.
You're looking to get into something. That's
Thank
what
you.
you're doing.
I ain't you dudes. Listen, I'm a daytime dude. I'm sleep at night. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm the guy that's I'm going fishing, bowling. I'm going golfing. I'm going playing pool. Anything that got to do with the sunlight. That's what I do. See what I'm saying? If he got beach, I'm doing the beach. I'm sailing. I'm doing all the museums, art classes, cooking classes. I'm doing all salsa lessons. I'm doing all that. If I'm going out at night, I'm going out, as Kenny know, we go in groups together. I'm not going out to the club by myself. Andrea doesn't go out to a club by herself. We don't do that. We don't do it unless we're out with friends. Listen, I will go over Ken's and hang out with him and enjoy beers before I get caught walking down the street in the middle of Medellin late at night. That's the first mistake that was made out of this situation, whether he was local or not. So
hey, Dre, let me put something out there. Let me put something out there. What you have to understand, when you live abroad, how we were raised, you got to get that gentleman mentality out of your head, because you can't save the world. Okay, when you being a gentleman in that instance, right? You there, Dre?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm putting you on a solo.
Okay, yeah. When you're trying to save the world, like in the video right there, you know, they set him up. So being a gentleman and how we were raised in that way, you have to change your mentality to say, where am I at? Okay, is there a danger and presence of what? He's on the beach, and you know, they look suspect anyway. One was drunk in that. So like I said, you keep yourself safe. And like that was set up from the time they saw him come on the beach, and they knew what they were gonna do.
Yep.
And like I said, sorry for the brother, you know, that situation happened, but you can't be
really
a gentleman when you're in a presence that they're not going to respect that. That's what you got to look at. No.
So we see the ladies out there late at night, you out there late at night, they wave you down, come over, you come over, because they're playing on your natural instincts as a man to want to be a helper, to want to be a fixer. I mean, these women playing a psychological game before they did anything else. You notice that, Kenny? They played on the fact that let's wear shorts, girl, to show our legs off, but we don't want to look too sexy. We just want to look kind of cute or feminine enough, like we're in need. Then wave the guy over, and our manly natural instincts is to help somebody. Just like Kenny just said, when you're in a foreign country, I'm telling you, a lot of times you can't live by the natural instincts to help somebody that you have in the United States. This is not your country. Colombia is not my country. No. As much as we both, me and Kenny, love it here, we enjoy it, we realize that there's still certain rules of everyday life that Colombians know that we don't know.
Exactly.
And we're not trying to learn them the hard way.
Right about that. You know, you have to be cautious of who you talk to, and you can't be friendly with everybody, because friendliness can get you caught up in many things. You know, you want to say hello, no, okay, just handle your business. You know, that's what I always say. You know, I got a girl, I keep my circle small, you know, and like I said, even when people I associate with, you know, in the apartment building where I live, I just say hello and that. I don't want to get in other people's business and that.
That's it. The people that you see on a regular basis that are part of the routine of your life. And I'm saying this on purpose, guys. I'm saying this on purpose. The people who you will know or communicate with on a regular basis are the people that are part of the routine of your life. My routine is the gym. So I know who works in the gym, who doesn't work in that gym, because I've been going there so long. We have security, the neighborhood security guys. Them guys been working here since we've been living here. We know our neighbors. We help them with their groceries, because some of the ladies may need some help. They help me with certain things when it comes to if I need help with groceries. It's little things like that. The people that are part of the routine of your life, those are the people that you should be cool with. People that just coming into your life for nothing because she cute, that's where your mistake is.
Yeah.
Now, we're not saying don't meet new people. We're not saying that. But what we're saying is the people that you should be comfortable with first are the people that you do, like you said, it was you, your girl, and the other barber. That other barber is a part of the routine of your life. Your girl is a part of the routine of your life.
Yeah, you're right. Because like I said, I've seen some incidents, and I let the authorities handle that, because I'm not trying to save the world, and I said I ain't qualified. And it's like in the States, you try to do some CPR, you try to save somebody, you move them the wrong way, they sue you. So you always got to be cautious of, what the situation is, and, it is a judgment call, that's just common sense.
It is. I remember about a year ago, me and Andrea and I were celebrating her birthday, and it was an older woman right across from us, and I'm seeing her eating these big old pieces of steak. I'm like, something gonna happen. I'm just feeling it in the air. I'm watching this older woman because she's at the table right next to us. As Andrea is talking, all of a sudden she takes up another piece of steak, and it get lodged, and she turns purple. All the workers around, they we take the fact that we have the opportunity to learn CPR for free. We take that for granted in the States. Well, when I was working with the Boys and Girls Club and volunteering, that's one of the things that you had to learn. If you're going to volunteer with kids, you had to learn CPR for the adults, and how to do CPR and the Heimlich maneuver with children. So nobody knew the Heimlich maneuver. All these Colombians around. This woman, she's got seconds before she's gone. She's about 70, 80 years old. So I got to be careful. So I know how I was trained to do the Heimlich maneuver. This was a year ago here in Cali. So I did the Heimlich maneuver, got it from unlodged, and she was fine. Very, her and the two older women that were with her were very supportive. You know why I was there to be there for that woman? Because it happened in the daytime.
Yeah.
If it happened at night, she was a goner. You know why? Andre wouldn't have been there. I'm not that dude that's got to be out at night every night. Some of you dudes, you're making the mistake of always, if you come to Colombia and most of your time or your enjoyment is done at night, I promise you, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're missing out on a lot of good stuff that you could be doing in the daytime. And so I'm glad that the older lady was, I was there to be able to help her out. But my point is, just like Kenny said, if that was at night, I wouldn't have been around to help her, because I ain't out there at night like that. And like I said, I'm not living in fear, but I got my routine.
Yeah. And then on a positive note, like I said, I've been here a year, 10 months. I love Cali. I love the weather, love the people. Like I said, the one incident did happen, but that can happen anywhere. And I said, I've been around the world, and not everything is going to be right at 100% of the time. But like I said, I love this city, and anybody that comes here, you find places where you're going to enjoy. I recommend that you come to the South. I know Andre going to get you to the North, but I love the South. You want to come hang in the South, hit me up, But like I said, Christmas is coming up, and like I said, just try to get it on a positive note. Like I said, living to see another day. So
they're doing some They're doing some amazing things downtown, getting the Christmas lights all set up,
Yes.
getting everything ready for, when people go downtown and enjoy
Yeah,
Christmas.
we'll get that to uptown in the north, up there, the boulevard. That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
You only get that there,
really beautiful. And then you got the Salsa Festival coming up at the end of the month. So you got that coming to Salsa Parades down here at Cali, Colombia. 3 days of just 300 salsa schools, salsa dancing schools from around the world come for a 3-day celebration. And it's amazing, man. It is amazing from the 25th to the 28th of December every year for about a good 50 years that they've been doing this. Some great performers giving free concerts. Then there's this big gigantic concert that take place that you can pay for. There's so much going on in Cali, Colombia during the month of December as well. So you could, like we said, on a positive note, that most people here are very supportive, very friendly, very helpful. They don't like crime just like we don't like crime. And at the end of the day, I'm just so proud to know that Ken and this girl started a business. And I'm gonna tell you guys another thing. The fact that he's got somebody supporting his business, that's very important. Not just having eye candy on your arm. Andrea is not just eye candy on my arm. Y'all know that she's a part of this business. So it is with Ken. If two old coots like us could get young, beautiful women that are not just young and beautiful, but also business minded in Colombia, you can do it too.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no excuses. If us dudes can do it and have women that are supportive and understanding, and we can still get a hot plate at night, there is no excuse for you guys. So that's another thing I heard you say in regards to you and your girl and the other gentleman regarding the business. That's very important when you got somebody on your team and you guys are building something together,
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's most important, that you have the support. But like I said, it goes more than, I always say, everything goes more than beauty. You want to have somebody that has some brains too, that's intelligent, that could be on your same level, because you don't want a servant, or you don't want no beauty queen that has nothing in her head. So,
that's right.
That'll get old fast. So, like I said, you can have your fun, but when you want to settle and have a great relationship, or go into marriage one day or something like that, just find the right person. Take your time. You told me something when I first got here. You said, don't go after the same girl for, just look at one woman. And I listened to your advice. That was January of 22. And I said, okay, I've learned a lot since then. Like I said, and what you said about money, I think we went out. I'm not going to tell the story what happened that night, but when we went to the ATM, I remember I was getting out like 400,000 pesos. I said, let me get some money out. You got out 80,000. I said, well, you don't get out 80,000. I understand now.
Right.
I understand. You do the math, and you've been here. You understand how that peso, because, even though you convert it from dollars, and that money will go fast if you're not careful. So always be cautious. It may look like funny money, but, you just keep it under control. The less that you have on you, the less that if somebody gonna rob you, okay, give them 20,000 pesos. That's what? How much is 20,000? $5?
$5. $5.
So,
and the other thing that I want to share while you're here, that we used the whole time when we were in Europe, when you were talking earlier about, getting new SIM card, things like that. Yes, you want to do that when you travel, but there are what's called eSIM cards that are out there now. I want to showcase that real quick, because I noticed you mentioned it earlier, and I want to show you this on a screen share. And I even use this while I'm even here in Colombia. I kid you not.
Okay.
This app, as well as, I guess just an app, is called Airlo. I'm going to put me and Kenny to the side for a second. Airlo, as well as Holify, and I talk about this during consultations, as well as Holify. These apps allow you to have your do phone calls, your data, everything that you need without a SIM card. These are electronic online SIM cards. I'm going to drop the link to their business. I should create an affiliate link first, but let me show my brother some love. I'm gonna drop the link to this right now to Airlo in this. There you go, in the video. And it was so easy. I kid you not. I'm going to show you guys how it worked for us. I would just basically have my Airlo app downloaded. Let me go to it. It's going to pop up in a second, but it would do just like right here. And I'm going to show it to you on the screen. It will ask me if I want to have data for a country or a region in the world. You see how that has Africa, Asia, Europe. So I bought Europe. And it lets you see how many gigs that you can purchase of eSIM. So I got 1 gig of data for $5. I could get, and if I scroll up and let you guys see the rest, I could get 3 gigs of data for $13. And it went through the app. I didn't have to go to a SIM. And I used this in London. Remember I said, instead of buying it per country, I just bought the region. So I was able to use this in London, Portugal, Paris, Barcelona, and Madrid.
Okay.
I didn't have to buy a SIM card, nothing at all. It just automatically, when I need to add more money, is you can look at the bottom. It says, hey, it'll let you know. You get a message from it, say, hey, you're running out of data. Do you want some more data? And you can buy 5 more. We'll get you 1 more gig. Or you can buy more gigs. Or also purchase one.
So let me ask you a question, Ray.
Uh-huh.
Is that European or is that where did you get that?
No, it's online. It says I just dropped the link in the
Okay.
I'm gonna show you guys how it looks. I just dropped the link. Let's go back to Airlo. And they've been around for a few years. Okay, so this is Airlo right here. You go here. So it shows you all. Airlo represents over 190, I think it's 190 or 120, 200 countries. So it represents over 200 countries around the world. But you don't need 200 countries. You might just want to get a Airlo link or Airlo data for while you're here. You're going to be here for like 5 days, 7 days. So you say, I just need enough data to last me. I'm going to be watching my YouTube videos. I might want to get 2 gigs for $15. This is all Colombia that I'm looking at right now, guys. See, you see that?
Okay.
Now I had this, I'm showing it to you online, but it's the actual app on the phone. You download the app, but I'm just showing it to you online.
Okay.
And if you want to add more to it, you can actually add more to it. Like if you're running out of data, it shows you, hey, you're running out of data. You want to get more data, you can purchase more data. Now, let's say you're going to be traveling all over South America, or like we were in Europe. So now you're looking at regions. So now you can buy a card, that same card, and now using the app on your phone, you got data for all over South America. You got data for over all the countries in this region. So let's take a look at the countries. Argentina, Belize, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, French Guyana, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua. You see what I'm saying? You have access to all these through that one SIM card that you're going to purchase right here. Or you can purchase the number 2 with the 2 gigs or the 3 gigs. Or you could just purchase one country at a time. And I kid you not, we use this, guys. I kid y'all not. We did not stop and buy one SIM card in any country we went to. Or you could just go ahead and say, you know what? I'm going to be traveling around the world. Let me get the global data. And so this one represents over 130 countries. So if you buy the package for the global data, one gig costs you $9. 3 gigs cost you $24. And I kid you not, those gigs last forever. And I was letting Andre use my phone as the hotspot.
That's nice.
So like I said, if you want to come to Colombia, you just go to local and you scroll down to whatever country you want. That's Colombia right there. Bing. And you go ahead and get your gigs. Whatever gig you want. Kid you not. Kid you not. And that's exactly, literally, how we did it throughout Europe on this phone. Let me put myself solo for a second, kid. That's how we did it, solo on this phone. That's my Colombian one. And I show you guys my details, my data. See that rainbow? That rainbow lets you see how much data you got left. And I'll show you the rainbow for Europe. See how much data I've already used when I was in Europe when I topped it off? See that rainbow? So I had 1 gig. Now I've got 630 left. Megabytes left. So I still got data for Europe anytime we go back. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to my man Tevin Brown for the $8 Cash App. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you very much, guys, also for the super chats. Let's get back to my man Ken. But I kid you not, man, I'm giving y'all the hookup. That's free consultation information. I'm giving y'all the hookup. You do not necessarily need to come to, and I've actually introduced guys to Airlo down here. You do not need to come to Colombia and get a SIM card. You get the Airlo app. You download it to your phone. You buy the data. When you get to Colombia, I'm gonna say this again. When you get to Colombia, you activate it. It's gonna ask you, do you want to activate it? You can activate it while you're in the States, but you can't use it in the States. Why? It's set up for Colombian towers. Or if you buy the regional package, it's set up for that regions, like we bought Europe. If I try to use Europe right now, it won't work. Why? I'm not in Europe. If you want to buy the Central American package, the app is in Spanish. No, it's in English. It's in English. I'm glad that you asked that question. It's in English. It gives you the option of Spanish, but the app is actually in English. And it's called Airlo.
Okay, yeah, that's a good app.
And I'm gonna pull the, let you guys see the screen again once again with me and Ken. Now he's absolutely correct. You can't be trying to use Airlo with no old ass phone. Your phone must support eSIMs, and you can always look that up on the internet. Does your phone support eSIMs? Yeah, he said it's cheaper than the companies in the US. Absolutely correct. I'm gonna tell you something. Glenville, check it out. I actually use my regular Colombian data. And if my Colombian data starts to run low, I start using my Airlo. It's as if, even though it doesn't give me a whole, Airlo doesn't give you a new number, it just gives you data to make phone calls. It gives you data to be able to use the internet. I want to emphasize on that, guys. It doesn't give you a whole new phone number. It's not like you got a SIM card that will give you a whole new number. No, it's a data SIM card. So if you want to make phone calls back home, when we're in Europe, I could call anybody. And I still have my same phone. And if you call me, it will be the same phone number as if I was still in Colombia or if I'm in the States. But if I want to watch YouTube videos, I can use my data, my Airlo data. That was cool about it. And if Andrea needed a hotspot, I just turn my hotspot on, and Andrea could be way over there using, and the data didn't run low fast or nothing. I'm telling you guys, this is a game changer. If you're a dude that's going to a lot of countries and you tired of going somewhere getting a SIM card, you do not have to do that. I'm living proof that you can use Airlo, and you do not have to, as long as your phone is compatible, and hundreds of phones are compatible. The other one is called Holify for all you iPhone users. Let me pull that one up for you real quick. I'm giving you guys the hookup tonight before I let my man Kitty go. Let me go over to this one. This is the other one, Ken. Okay. Holify for all you iPhone users. It does the same thing that Airlo does. The exact same thing with countries and everything. You see those reviews? They get good reviews.
There's some good information there.
Yeah, and you can get it in the Google. Now, you can also get it in the Google Play Store as well. You can use Holify and Airlo on Samsung or your Galaxy as well as iPhone. But most Holify users use it with iPhone, but you can use it with your Galaxies as well, with your Samsungs. Holify. Vacation rental. No, that's not what I'm looking for right there. That's something different. Oh, here it is, the eSIM. There we go. Let me bring you guys over to where I am. This is the eSIM. I'm going to give you guys the link to this one too. Holify.com.
Hey, Dre.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna have to cut it short because I got to loan a phone right now till I get my phone.
No, let me
put this on the charger. Yeah, I gotta put this on the charger. But I appreciate everybody listening to my story, and I hope I gave some good pointers and gave you all some voice from my perspective of being here. Like I said, I love this country, and like I said, I'm not going anywhere. So,
all right, kid.
Thanks everybody for listening, and everybody have a good evening.
You too. Shout out to my man Kenny for coming up. Appreciate him. Appreciate the person that allowed him to use their phone for about a good 40 minutes, 50 minutes. Appreciate that. Let's let my man Ken go. And like I was saying, let me go back to what I was showing you guys earlier. I just dropped the Holify. Holify and Airlo are the eSIMs that you can use. He said you set up in the live stream before some of these Holify is the new one, and I will take note of that. This is pure gold. Appreciate that. Only Dre provides. Yeah. Guys, I understand what it's like to want to know where to party at. I got you. I'm with you. In all sincerity, you know, you watch YouTube videos and you're on vacation. You trying to know where the party at. You want to know where the ladies at. You want to know where the good time is. I got you. But you got enough YouTubers telling you that. You don't need Andre and Andrea Love Crossing Borders to be telling you where the good time's at. You need somebody that's going to tell you, hey, bro, you getting off that airplane first before you go to any party. You need to get an eSIM card. I do? Yes, you do. You want to live in this country after you party? You need to know how to get a visa. That's Andre and Andrea. You want to know how to move around safely in these countries, especially in South America or cities in Colombia? The consultations, that's Andre and Andrea. We're not going to show you where all the parties are all the time, but it's the little things that's going to help your journey be a lot smoother, such as the eSIM cards. I couldn't wait. I've been knowing about these eSIM cards for about a year. I could not wait to take advantage of them. And I am living proof. Man, these things are worth their weight in gold. Now, I want to say one more thing about Airlo. Sometimes Airlo will say it's not activated. You're like, wait a minute, I did everything it said do, but it still says not activated. Remember this, guys. This is very important what I'm about to tell you. Airlo will activate after you use so many gigs. I mean, you use so many megabytes of the gigs. Let's say you bought 1 gig. Once that, remember that rainbow I just showed you guys? Once you start using some of it, all of a sudden Airlo will just go activate it. Sometimes it'll go activate right out the gate, and sometimes it'll take it a few steps, then all of a sudden it'll just activate by itself. So don't get frustrated if when you first upload it, you follow the instructions, real simple, real easy, and it doesn't say activated at the bottom. I'll show you what I mean by that, so you guys know what I'm talking about. You're going to go into your app. Give me a few seconds. And you see that blue at the bottom. It says active, right? You see that? You see that rainbow that I'm talking about? You see, look at the bottom, that rectangle says active. When you first start using Airlo e-cards, sometimes, and I had to look this up, sometimes it'll be inactive or not activated. You're like, what the heck? Am I doing something wrong? No, you just need to use some of that rainbow and all of a sudden it'll activate itself. Sometimes it'll have the button to say activate, and sometimes you push the button and it doesn't activate. It'll just automatically activate as you start using it. So don't get frustrated. That little hint, that little tip, I'm telling you, bruh, I had to learn that. I'm like, I did something wrong. So I deleted it. I put another one up and bought another $5 because it lets you buy more cards. So I'm like, okay, I did it wrong. Then I bought another card, eSIM card on here. I was like, okay. Then I said, wait a minute, I'm doing something wrong. I Googled it. And a woman on Reddit said, all you have to do is start using the data. It'll automatically kick in as activated after you use a little bit of the data. So I used a little bit of the data and it automatically activated itself by itself. It didn't need me. Just a little tip for you guys, that just in case you find yourself using an eSIM card, I'm telling you, man, these are, you do, to think about, you go to DR and you ain't never got to worry about a SIM card again. Come to Colombia or any country, or you could buy an eSIM card for a region. You want to do 3 countries in Africa and you ain't got to worry about buying an eSIM card for none of them. I mean, you got to buy a regular SIM card for none of them. All you got to do is buy an eSIM card for Africa. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Let's go here. Let's see what the brother has to say. He says the other 2 were Dent. Yep. Dent was like #1 last year. Dent eSIM card. and Freetone. I use Freetone. Hey, I'm telling you, I've been using Freetone phone numbers. I have been using Freetone for it's got to be 5 years. Freetone is an app. Guys, I'm telling you, if you want a foreign phone number, all you guys that have done consultations with me, all you guys that are in our WhatsApp group, all you guys that hit me up on a regular basis on WhatsApp, like Stefano, when you guys couldn't hear me last week, Stefano, Charles, all you brothers, the phone number that you have, that 813 number, yes, that's Tampa area code, but I got that area code or that phone number from my Freetone. Freetone gives you, for $9.99 a month, it gives you unlimited access to a phone number. I could call my bank in the States. I could call you in the States. I could call anybody in the States as if I'm back in the States. I've had this same phone number for like 3 or 4 years. Never changed it. I just pay my $10 a month, and you guys are able to call me, and I'm able to call companies, or let's say you have a you're like, a lot of times Google has your 2-step process to go to a website. It'll say, okay, the first is put in your password. Second is we're going to send you a code through your phone. What's your phone number? I give them my Freetone number. I don't have a phone number in the United States. I haven't lived in the United States almost 6 years. So how do I have access to a U.S. number? Freetone. When you first sign up for Freetone, just download the app, and then it'll ask you. We have several numbers. First, it'll say choose what area code you want. Any area code in whatever country you want, choose your area code. Since I'm from Tampa, I chose 813. This was 3 or 4 years ago. I said 813. And then they gave me 5 phone numbers to choose from that were 813. So I chose the one that I could easily remember. And so you guys have been reaching out to me through Freetone. He's absolutely correct. Through an app. Anybody that calls me, you actually literally calling me through an app. That's my US phone number. And you can call me as if I'm right down the street. It's these little things, man, I'm telling you, that will hook you up. Freetone, yes, is a yes. As well as Dent. Yep. Kid you not. I get some free info today. Some free information today. Florida man. You gotta love it, man. They always got some issues with the Florida man. And Florida man said, if you don't see eSIM as an option, make sure that you have the most updated before you have not updated your phone in a while. You might not see that's correct. If you got an old phone, fellas, you might not see the eSIM on the list of eSIMs. You can just Google it, and they have a list of cell phones, Samsung and iPhones, that are eSIM compatible. And a lot of them, that if you got an older phone, it ain't compatible, and they'll let you know. But most of the phones that's been around for like the last 5-6 years, if you bought a phone over like the last, I say 3 to 5 years, it should be 9 times out of 10 eSIM compatible. And he's right. Not every phone is. You can't be coming in there with an old school flip phone. All right. Shout out to my brother being here. He says, I also keep up with the dads. And I told them my study for my classes, the commercial driver's license. Shout out to you, brother, and all the other truckers out there to become a truck driver. And they told me they are proud of me for doing that. Absolutely, man. Do your thing, man. I see you've been keeping up with the young kids as well. Visit Madrid and Barcelona in May of 2012. Oh yeah, shout out to you. Oh, I think I went too far up. He said, "Hey, Love Crossing Borders, it's been a while. My students, Khalid, to say that they love it. And in Cali, Colombia, and Rio de Janeiro, they are opening up businesses and enjoying themselves." Shout out to you and the students, man. That's good to hear. That's really good to hear. All right, guys, I don't want to keep you guys too long tonight. I just want to let Kenny tell his stories of what took place this past Saturday with him and in his business, in his barbershop. It could happen to anybody. Don't let it throw you off when it comes to visiting Colombia. Just realize that you want to make sure that you're wise in your steps, wise in your behavior. And I'm telling you guys, you will have a really, really good time. We got 65 people here left. Make sure all 65 of you click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too. I'm about to get some rest because this is our first day. Charles, we out of here, brother. Love you though. Our first day back after that 10-hour flight and then another hour flight from Bogota. So tonight I'm about to relax and you guys have a good evening yourselves. I'll see you guys this Friday for Friday night drink in hand. Once again, thank you for the super chats, the cash apps, and all the blessings that you guys have given to me and Andrea. I'm out of here. You guys have a great one.